Hi everybody, stitchers and friends. This is not a floss tube. There is no cross stitching in this video. It's all sewing stuff. It includes the story of how I suddenly go off completely off the rocker in 1 week and just stuff happens. That's all we're going to say. Stuff happens. So, let's just start out with story time. It was Wednesday. I felt like sewing. I didn't feel like playing WoW. So I came home and I started to slice up the bits of fabric. Remember I told you last week that my best friend was so helpful and helped me cut the 2 yards that Holly sent me into 15-inch wide bands so that I could make project bags out of them, because I can't cut very straight when it comes to the larger cuts of fabric. I really struggle with it. So I was going along happy as a clam. I got the first set cut out like these that you can see, you know, with the lovely light polka dots and then the dusty purple border and the fabric. It looks great. I got that one cut out just fine. I cut out the next set. The polka dots. Today, this one, we're going to do a little crochet lace, and then the wonderful purple stuff. Got that all cut out and laid out and ready to go. At this point in time, I run out of the light purple with the dots. I only had a fat quarter, and so I've learned that one fat quarter will get me 4 contrasting bands, both the one close to the bag and the other side of the zipper. That's great. That's fine. No problem. I can carry on. I've got other stuff in my stash. In fact, I have this wonderful dark purple. It's slightly darker than the other one. The dots are closer together, and it looks really good. Here we are. We'll come back and coordinate with this. Here, we'll pick that up so you can see that, yeah, things are going to go really well with this one. In fact, I want to use the dark purple better for when I put on this slightly more red purple rickrack for the contrast, because I think that looks fabulous. It looks much, much better than how it looks with the lighter purple. So I have a fat quarter of this stuff, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's no problem. I can just, you know, take care of that, do the fat quarter, no problem. That'll take care of. So this handful right here will be 2 bags. This handful right here will be 2 bags. So I've got, you know, 4 bags left to go. As you can see, they are not cut out. Let's put these off to the side so they are not in the way of storytelling. Let's try to balance that and not spill the Pina Colada Sprite. Cheers. So, I start by cutting my fat quarter down to 14 inches. That's right, I said 14 inches. It needs to be 15 inches, you guys. I cut it a full inch short. A full inch short. And I don't figure this out until I get to this fabric. No, that's the muslin. Until I get to the pansies, and I start to measure that out. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. So I lay this against that. Not gonna work at all. Not gonna work. Ah! Right? So cutting goes on hold, and I just frustrated with myself. But I do manage to, as you saw with the bags I just barely hold up, I just, you know, I do manage to sew the zippers in and, you know, get those kind of put together and ready to go. So Wednesday night, I cut out 4 bags. I sew 4, put the contrast on for 4 bags. I put in 4 zippers. It's great. It's no problem whatsoever. It takes me about 4 hours. This is why I don't sell my bags, is because I am slow. And nobody gonna pay me $40 for a bag, because I'm paying myself the same thing I get paid at work. Because seriously, if my time is worth $20 at work, my time at home is worth $20. But anyway, so I think to myself, you have some random bits of purple running around in your, collection of stuff. So why don't you go dig through that and see what you have? So I do. I pull out my thing, I paw through it, and I find that I have this layer cake that I bought some years ago. I haven't opened it up. I haven't used it. In fact, it's fairly recent from what I can determine. And just, I'll show you a corner here. See, flip through some of the, there's stripes and there's dots and, just cute little things, pinwheels. Anyway, far less effective than I had wanted it to be. But there are some purple fabrics in there. So I pull out some of the purple fabrics. Let's move this. Kind of put this over here. See if I can show you, I kind of put it up together and I say, okay, yeah, those purples don't clash horribly. They look all right. Here's the dusty purple. It coordinates all right. The dusty purple coordinates really well here with the dots. This purple is a little bit lighter, a little more periwinkle, but still some of the greens and the darker colors in here does coordinate with the colors in here. So I'm thinking, okay, fine. But as you can see, these are only 10 inches. 10 inches is still smaller than the 15 inch that I need for the bag. Okay, fine. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I'm thinking, well, I'll just... tomorrow I'll get on Etsy and have a look about and see if I can find some yardage, some fat quarters for Brighten Up. So this is the name of the layer cake that I've got. So I know the layer cake, I know it's Moda, I know I can find it because it is, fairly recent. So away we go. Now, you guys, I should not be allowed to look for fabric on Etsy because Etsy is a world full of magnificent fabrics. Lots and lots and lots of magnificent fabrics. And I just, got lost down the rabbit hole. So, golly, I don't even know where to start. Well, we'll start here. Because why not? This just came in the mail today, so we'll open it up and show it to you. So, I was able to buy a half yard of the beautiful dots from this one shop. And I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, why don't we get some of the other dots, because those are really fun and I like the colors in this thing, and we can match it up for other stuff. So of course we got half a yard in the aqua, half a yard in the pink, half a yard in the blue, and half a yard in the neon green. Not sure what I was thinking about the neon green, because I'm pretty sure I haven't got anything that seriously green. So, okay, good, fine. I know, thrill a minute, you guys. I can't talk and line up my fabrics and fold them up nicely in the same way. So, yay! I was able to order my dots. Perfect. Wonderful. Now I can see about cutting them up. Put that on the floor for the cat to play with, because the cat will play with it. So while I was wandering around, I thought, Self, you have some more of these strips to sew up, but you don't have quite enough fabric to make a decent sized bag. So since you're looking for fabric and being crazy, why don't you go ahead and order just, a little bit more yardage for this one. And I love this plaid, so I went looking for this plaid first. But of course you can't find that plaid anywhere, but the related print with the more blue overtones, well, green. Blue, yeah, they're more green. Anyway, with the more green overtones was available, so I got half a yard of that to go with this, so I could finish up, more bags, be a reasonable size. It's great. But also while I was out exploring, I found this, which is a coordinating print, which I love. So it's the big print only done in like monotones, right? Unfortunately, they're only selling this in a yard length. I really don't want to buy a yard, but this is the only place that's selling it. Alright, fine, I guess I'll buy a yard. But while I was there, I was like, well, what else have they got? Because I just don't want to order fabric, one cut of fabric from one place. I don't know why it was okay to order the one cut of half a yard from the one place from this shop, but I couldn't do 1 yard from the other shop. So I wandered around and looked at all the fabrics that they had on offer. And they had this awesome purple bandana print. Isn't that fun? That is fun. So I said, okay, we'll buy that too. So I got a yard of the bandana print for bags. I don't know why. 1 yard makes 4 bags, you guys. Keep that in mind. 1 yard, 4 bags. Okay, fine. So that has arrived in the mail. While I am wandering around the internet, I'm still thinking to myself, we really like some of that stuff from the Brighten Up. Oh, we got to go back here. I think this is the next envelope. Yes, this is the next envelope. Here you go, kitty. So, I discover somewhere in my wanderings that these same designers, me and my sister designs, have several fabric lines with Moda. And they use the same palette. And so I wander on to Crafttown Fabrics, I think. Yeah, that's where the next set of crazy comes from. So here, let me split these out. So I learned that they have, you know, these other fabrics that have been put out that have a lot of the same color tones in them. So you can kind of mix and match between these like 3 lines. Plus, I haven't been able to find the stripe on Etsy, but Crafttown Fabric has it. So I buy half a yard of the stripe because why not? I'm insane, apparently. We buy that, half a yard. Now the two coordinating, sort of coordinating things, one is called Rainy Day, so there's Brighten Up, Rainy Day, and the third one is Grow. From the Rainy Day line, I decide that I have to have the wavy purple for some contrast. And these spiral purples are kind of fun too, so let's get half a yard of each of those. Why not? We're crazy already. So there is that, and there are those. Those over here. I left a piece of fabric somewhere. Oh, there it is. So there's that. From the Grow line, I enjoy this diagonal stripe. It's the purple and sort of a light blue. Love it. Think it's cool. Buy it. Why not? We've already gone clear in the hell over our budget for the month and have just gone crazy nuts. Meanwhile, I go back to Etsy to see what else the other sellers on Etsy have for Rainy Day, Brighten Up, and Grow. There's pretty much nothing for Grow out there, so I think that's the older line. But there is this magnificent, beautiful, let's fold it a little bit, aqua and blue quadrifoil design. It's gorgeous. I love it. I have to buy a yard of it. Not that I want to buy a yard of it. A half a yard would have been sufficient. But no, I have to buy a yard of it because that's the smallest size that they'll sell. And because all of a sudden I've gone crazy again, I think, self, you can't buy one cut of fabric and just have it sent all alone. So I went checking and bought this lovely coordinate, not necessarily from the Grow, Bloom, Brighten Up line, but from the, it's a Wilmington print with speckles and spatters, and it's a good purple. Because somewhere in the back of my mind I thought, self, we should just have various purples that are mostly solid to use for our coordinating fabrics to see what's going to go. I was kind of thinking of this stuff, but here we are. We'll put it up to here the first time ever, and it could work. Doesn't sing, but it could work. So there are those two. Because Self is crazy. Self has gone completely off her rocker and is just nuts. You guys are not doing a very good job of keeping me off of Etsy. And then, as we are wandering around, this is really not the final, but it's almost the final. It's next to the final. Anyway, as we were wandering around, I had seen a lot of, it's more violets than actual pansies, but it's pretty, you know, so there's this. The same print with the cream. But what I really like from this collection is this sort of the grandmother's flower garden, you know, the hex pattern. And as you can see, they've done it up so they're flowers. It's printed, it's a cheater cloth, which is fine, but I'm like, I love this. I have to have this. I need this in a project bag. So I've determined, you know, that what the name of the line is, what some of the coordinates are. Forgive me as I'm kind of folding things up over here. Know what the coordinates in the line are. You know, I figure, okay, good, fine, we can buy a you know, maybe a half yard of this and then some other smaller pieces to be the contrast and what. Nope, we go bat poop crazy and buy the fat quarter stack. 31 fat quarters, you guys. That's 7.75 yards of fabric. I counted it out. From this, I should be able to make at least 10 project bags. The hell was I thinking? Crazy. Absolute crazy. Bat poop crazy, I tell you. Oh, this needs to go. So I'm going to put this right back here. I've got more fabric than I know what to do with it because it's coming out of my ears. Meanwhile, it dawns on me. This is 12 inches. It was left over from when we cut the bags into, cut the main fabric into smaller bits. That 12 inches is not bad. I can make a mini bag out of that, and I can rescue the pieces that I cut too short and make just, you know, a mini bag. So it'll just be this and a zipper and then, you know, this, and that'll be fine. Little mini accessory bags. Okay, no problem. So I figured out what to do with that. Surprise. Alright, the last crazy bit. Oh no, there's more crazy bits. Alright. So I showed this how I was thinking about just having on hand some simpler fabrics that would work for contrast, so I wouldn't have to go to like Joann's or Hobby Lobby or wherever looking for fabric. So I bought this tone-on-tone chevron, which is fine. It's not a quality fabric. I can feel that the it's printed on. So the back is white, the pattern's just printed on. But that's why I ordered that. There are 4 more other pieces coming in the mail soon that I bought with the same theory of I should just have some tone-on-tone stuff to use as contrast depending upon how I feel on any given day, because crazy. Right? Right. Okay, put that over there, that over there. The last thing I saw and bought, which actually wasn't the last thing, but it's what I'm going to show you the last, as far as fabric acquisitions go, is a cute collection of bunny fabrics that I ran across. One seller had a bunch of different bolt-ins, and she had kind of coordinated them together so that they work together. They're not all from the same line, but they are pretty cute. And so there was these 2 egg prints, darling, right? And then there was this stripe. That's not, it's upside down. Anyway, here we go. It's right side up for me, but okay, there. This super cute stripe of rabbits. And then there was these little squares with rabbits and chicks and carrots and things. Bolt-ins, right? Now, in my experience, people sell the bolt-ins for cheaper. You don't sell them at full cost because it's a bolt-in. Why does any, you know, it's not good for much of anything. I'm disappointed in myself because when the fabric came, I looked at the invoice and I thought, well, no, that's right. That was what I was expecting to be charged, but at the same time, that seems a little pricey. So I did the math, you guys. For this stuff, it averages out that I paid $16 a yard. $16 a yard! That's stupid. I should have done the math before I bought it. It's awfully cute, but stupid. So, anyway, this is 13 inches in length, so it'll probably become mini bags like the 12 inches of my leftover pansy fabric. This, cut perfectly, will make about 3 bags with the green for contrast, and this will make 2 bags with the green for contrast. I've got enough green, I think, to do 5 bags worth of contrast. But $16 a yard? Do the math first, people. Do the math first. So, that's how I went completely off my rocker and spent more than I should have on fabric last week. But I did do some sewing, as I previously alluded to. So I cut out 4 bags. I'm only going to show you the 2 because they're just the same. So I cut out 2 of these. I sewed 2 of these together. You can see that I've got the quilting done for these. I just did it with, a dark purple. So these 2 are ready to turn inside out and go ahead and sew up and be finished with. I have another one just like this. This is only clipped on because I haven't sewn the lace down yet. Just to give you an idea of the design concept that we are going for. I want to quilt it before I sew the lace down, for reasons. But anyway, so I haven't quilted this. I just need to mark it and quilt it and do it, and it'll be done with. And easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've got more fabric than I know what to do with, you guys. It is coming out of my ears. You guys have got to do a better job of keeping me off of Etsy when the crazy is going full tilt. Full tilt, I tell you. But anyway, so I'm feeling a little sewy, so I'll probably settle in and quilt these 2 so I can take the quilting foot off of the Bernina because the walking foot is a pain in the butt, royal pain in the butt to put on or take off when I'm changing it out. So if it's on, I try to do as much as I can before I take it off and move on to another set of projects. So I need to do those before I take the walking foot off and get back to work with other stuff. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed my adventures in sewing this week. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye.